Hey everybody, this is Emmanuel, checking in from summer campaign. Just wanted to let you know what has been going on recently. I've had two really good conversations in the last week with some very nice people. I talked to one woman, her name is Esther, and we were walking in front of Trader Joe's, and I approached her and asked her who she thought Jesus was. And she said that she didn't believe that he's the Jewish Messiah. And she said that she was Jewish herself, and in particular, she gave me one messianic prophecy that she felt had been misused in referring to the Messiah, and that was the prophecy that Isaiah made about that a young woman or a virgin would give birth to a child. And I talked to her, I challenged her on it, and I said, it's true that you can interpret the word alma, which is the word for young woman or virgin, as young woman in the prophecy. But I said, you should really read it in context, because if you think about it, Isaiah is writing and he says, that God will give you a sign, and the sign will be either that a young woman would give birth to a child or a virgin would give birth to a child. And I challenged her and I said, I'm not going to die on this hill, but you can either interpret it as a young woman or a virgin. But if you really think about it, how can a young woman giving birth to a child be a sign? Because young women give birth to children every day. It's not a sign, it's a normal occurrence. And that really struck her. And I said, have you read other prophecies like Isaiah 53 about how the Messiah would suffer and die for our sins? And I told her about other prophecies and said, there's a lot of prophecies that the Messiah is supposed to fulfill, and Jesus fulfilled so many of them, and the ones that he hasn't fulfilled, he's yet to. And I asked her if I could send her more information, more prophecies. She said, yeah, send me the prophecies. I want to read them. I want to consider them. So that was really encouraging. And I also had another conversation with a man named David, and he was really excited to talk to me. He said he'd read the New Testament, but that he's Jewish and he's not going to convert to Christianity. He doesn't believe that Jesus is the Messiah, but he does know about Jesus. And so I also encouraged him. I said, I think that's great. I don't think that anyone wants you to be converted, and I think that there's nothing that I can do to convert you or change your mind about things. But I said, have you read Isaiah 53, among other things, when I talked to him? And so I pulled out, we just had a card with the verse on it, Isaiah 53, verse 5 and 6. And he read it, and it talked about how the Messiah would be pierced for our transgressions and for our iniquities. And he was reading it, and he said, but this is very confusing. I don't understand, because it looks like this is talking about Jesus. But why would Isaiah be talking about Jesus? And I said, hey, it's the Jewish prophet. It's your Jewish prophet. You tell me why it's talking about Jesus. So it was really encouraging. We just had a really good talk, and he agreed to continue our conversation. So we look forward to having follow-up with him and being able to talk with him. So if you could pray for both Esther and David as we get in contact with them, we'd really appreciate that. Thank you very much.